Yo, what up? This is your all shook up. Just gonna show you guys a really fun build. Hits extremely hard, super tanky, and it's just super fun. I mean, it's a different combo. I mean, it utilizes, everybody knows, merciless, but it's a really fun build. But before we get into that, I always gotta thank you guys for all your support. I have been playing a little bit of New World. I don't know if you guys play New World or not. Some do, some don't. But I'm not quitting ESO or nothing like that. I don't even think like that. I just play whatever game. And New World is similar to ESO, but completely different. Honestly, I'll have a video out about New World. It's like two different games, so you know it's a good little mix-up. But I definitely appreciate you guys. I had to drop this build. This build this might take number one. I know it sounds crazy that this would be number one, but this is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of recovery and everything you get is actually insane. I'll just go over the passes and everything. So we'll get to the tankiness first, which pretty impressive. 34, almost 35, 34, 3,000 crit, 31. Look at the recovery. It's ridiculous. The recovery, because what the sets I'm in, it almost like 3,000. Like it's actually insane. 31. You have 31, 30 on the front, 52 100 damage, physical penetration almost 8,000, 29 critical, 28 stamina, 32 health, 19 magicka, and like I said, those recoveries get pretty close to 3K. It's actually insane. I'm using the Warrior Munderstone. Beeward Sugar Skulls are my food and my Munderstone. Like I said, so we'll get into the sets. Just go over this real quick since it's basically the same thing. Essence Thief. I mean, your Dizzy Swing Tooltip is just flat out disgusting when all this is said and done. It's pretty high. This set, obviously Essence Thief, it's a goated set. I personally love this set, and I love pairing it with Wretched Vitality. Now, with the sword, I do run for the sharpened, and I run the increased damage 348. So you're getting 7K weapon damage with what you're running, basically. Maybe a little bit more. It gets pretty high. And then Wretched Vitality, defending on the back. Like I said, great set. And then Impin and Multi-Chant. Then you're running Ballargs. Now, obviously, Heavy Head would be better, but it does not going to make or break this build. So basically, Multi-Chant, Impin, Chest, Trainee, Multi-Chant, Impin, Heavy, Shoulders, Heavy, Multi-Chant, Impin. You can make these medium and this heavy, and not Multi-Chant, but Stamina, Chantment, and Impin, Wretched Vitality, Light, Hands, Stamina, Impin, Multi-Chant, and I believe this is Heavy. Oh, so my bad. Light Waist, Heavy Hands, Heavy Legs with the Multi-Chant Impin. This one's Multi-Chant Impin, if I didn't say. Feet, medium, Multi-Chant Impin. Now, like I said, you could put the hands medium and the feet heavy. I mean, you could optimize this a lot better than what I'm doing, but it's just it doesn't really matter of how good this is, so it doesn't really make a difference. And then necklace, 174 damage. That's weird. Oh, okay. This is Multi-Chant Swift, increased movement speed. This is Mark of Majesty, super strong set. Bloodthirsty. You got the not the Multi-Chant. Did I call this one Multi-Chant? I meant to say adds damage and 10% recovery. Adds damage, 10% recovery. And then this one is adds damage and infuse to bump your damage up a little bit more. So, like I said, it really gets nasty. And I'll show you guys the what do you call it on this? I'll show you the combo. So let's get into the skills, the skill line. Okay, so this is why. Okay, so the skill line, Animal Companion. We've already gone over this. You get health, you get ultimate, you get increased magicka and stamina recovery, huge. And you get 10% critical damage with each animal companion slotted, and I got 1 on the front bar. So it's pretty nice, right? See, I like the passives. I'll go over the skills, but the passives is what makes these things super strong. Increase your critical chance rating against enemies you are flanking by a 1440, increasing your chance to critically strike by 6.6%. Huge. When an enemy dies within 2 seconds of being damaged by you, you restore 1,000 magicka and stamina. Insane. Increase your critical rating by 548 for each assassin ability slotted, increasing the critical chance strike by 2.5 per ability, 1,096. Now you could change this to in cap, and we'll go over that because realistically, it's definitely worth it. It hits stupid hard. And then increases your critical damage by 10%. Dealing critical damage grants you major self. So this is huge, right? So that skill line, but this skill line is absolutely slept on. So you get armor, you get recovery, which is huge because that's just basically free recovery, and then you get casting an ability with the weave fit around you, granting you and your group minor evasion for 20 seconds, reducing damage from the area attacked by this. This is super crutch right here. And then obviously when you consume Crux, you get ultimate. We don't have that. But these right here are huge. And then the skill is absolutely insane. Oops. So if we go on our front bar, we're running Ruin of Colossus pool. This thing is, look at it. And I can't read, but amorphs ruin your enemy mind, paralyzing them, paralyzing them in fear after 1 second delay, stunning them for 4 seconds. This undimensioned phenomenon applies minor vulnerability, insane, and minor brittle 20 seconds, increasing their damage taken by 5% and their critical damage taken by 10%. You're going to be slapping the shit out of them with this. And it's absolutely insane. Like, I don't know if... And then you got to remember, look at this. And your damage done by 10%. So it's like, this is your major breach. You're hitting them for 10% with the Essence Thief pool. Merciless Resolve, you're basically destroying them while they're paralyzed and cap. It's basically insane, right? So, Merciless Resolve, super cheap, best skill in the game. I don't even know why this is not. Look at it. Just look at. You could read it. Your light and heavy attacks generate a stack 10 times, and when it's consumed, look at how hard you hit. And then it heals you. This is just, Merciless Resolve. So, Wrecking Blow. Can't live without this. Like I said, your Wrecking Blow can get pretty crazy when you have... it gets crazy. And it hits super hard and gives you 10% more damage. Killer's Blade, you could go reverse slice, but I just like having this on my bar for that crit, and it's just a really strong skill, to be honest. Deep Fissure, I just like playing with this. I don't know why. It's probably something stronger, but this is super fun, and I love the skills that I get in that animal companion. Incap. Now, you could be even stronger with Dawnbreaker. This shit hits extremely hard when they're paralyzed. It's actually ridiculous. Or you can just go with Incap, which also hits extremely hard and deals even more damage when they're below health. So you could play around with that, see what you like. On the back bar, Vigor, staple, super strong, heal since 1995. Healing Soul. Look at it. Does a lot. Okay, heals you over time. Burst heal. Grants major vitality for 10 seconds, increasing your healing received and damage strength shield. And I believe this is a damage shield, so that's also stronger. Blue Betty, it's just, personally my favorite skill in the game. I don't know what I would do without this skill. Probably absolutely nothing. So you see what it does. Every 5 seconds, the Netch removes a negative effect. If not, you get another 5% damage, and you restore Magicka, and you get major brutality and sorcery. This armor buff is actually cracked, right? because check this out. You basically, okay, get extra pin with this. So you're increasing your armor, but while armor taking damage applies minor breach, reducing the armor of your attacker by 2,900. This is crazy. Okay, so 5 seconds, but this is absolutely set. And it, blows against your armor also generate a crux. We don't use a crux, but it's just cool visual. Deceptive Predator, super strong, super fun to use. Grants you major, grant immunity to snares and mobilization. You get major expedition, and while slotted, you get minor evasion, reducing the damage from area attacks. This thing is super strong. Gather the true strength of Apocrypha, protection, tentacles, rising, obseal around you. Basically, it puts this ball around you, and it is, when it collapses, it could actually do some damage. So this is actually super, super, super fun skill too. So yeah, like I said, I'm an orc too, before I forget that. Orc really plays well with this, but I'm thinking Khajiit would be better. So if you have Khajiit or even Imperial, you're fine. Basically anything would work, but Khajiit, Imperial are up there. You get major stamina. You get max stamina, max health. You deal more damage. You get heal and get speed. It's a good. These guys are good. So, let's see. Champion points. They didn't really change. Master's Arm, Deadly Aim, Ironclad, Resilience. For the Red Tree, Survival Instincts, Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, Fortified. You could run Celerity instead of Fortified and then use the Munda Stone. You could do that too. You'll just be faster if you feel like you're too slow, but I don't really have that problem. So yeah, basically this is one of my favorite builds in the game. Essentially, what you do is you're going to paralyze them, right? Now, I wouldn't recommend paralyzing them off the rip like that. So essentially, when you have your 10, let's build our 10, right? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go, okay, you're going to want one to go off, right? And then now you're going to paralyze them, and then you're going to have that go off while you hit that, and then you can hit them again with a spec bow. You see what I'm saying? Because essentially you get 2 spec bows. Dude, I'm lagging. How am I lagging in the... So what you would want to do, right? The first beetles, you could get your thing, and you see 3, 2, 1. Try to freeze them. Hit them with that one. End cap again. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, that will destroy them, like, quickly. Like, it's actually insane. So, you could just mess around with Wrecking Blow with the first one, kind of keep them honest, waste their thing, and go 3, 2, 1, freeze, and then spec bow, and then, end cap, and then bow again. And then, you see what I'm saying? So, it's like, and if you want to use Dawnbreaker, which I don't think is going to let me switch because I'm in thing. You can even do it this way, like, okay, it'll let me go now. So if you do Dawnbreak, what? How am I in combat? Well, let me get my. So there's another. The reason I like to do end cap like that is a little different than Dawnbreaker. With Dawnbreaker, what I essentially do. Let me see. Damn. Well, what I like to do with Dawnbreaker is instead of, because I don't know if this is gonna, if I walk out and walk back in. But I gotta go through my friends. Because this ain't my house. This ain't the crib, bucko. This is just where I like to do my videos. Shout out to SN. I forgot how SIN. He's a cool ass dude, man. He lets me use this house. So, yes, sir. You already know. So what I'll do, who is even on? NC Reaper, nice. Let's see, an anime. Okay, ooh, I almost just messed up. I would have been like, what? All right. So what I like to do with Dawnbreaker, a little different. So I got my 10, right? Let me get my Dawnbreaker real quick. Okay, 3. Okay, hold on. Let's get it a little better. Okay. So now you're just gonna imagine you already have your essence. Okay, or you could just, since I have time, I could pick it up, right? So we're going 3, 2, and then boom, boom, boom. So you want to double because they're taking so much damage already that like when you hit them with that spec bow and the Dawnbreaker's ticking, you could really destroy people. You could do like the combo like this, because you're essentially having Wrecking Blow is just kind of like there. It's not. It's part of it a little bit, but it's mostly this combo. So you got 1 go off, 2, and then there you go. That goes off. Hit him with that Dawnbreaker again. See what I'm saying? So it really strong. I have live streams. It would be called Nightblade Arcanist build or something like that. Nightblade Warden Arcanist Nightblade build. That's what you'll see as the thing. I'll link a stream. So excuse me. Alrighty, guys. Well, I definitely appreciate all your support, and once again, appreciate everything. Take it easy. Out.